Nigerian Stock Exchange, the total naira value of all government bonds and corporate bonds, must add, listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange as of yesterday was 7.870 billion naira. Now, for ETFs, what you call the exchange-traded funds, whether it's the gold-backed or the money market or ETF funds, that has a total naira value of 6.82 billion naira. So if you do a very simple arithmetic there, you will see that the total value of the Nigerian Stock Exchange was not just 12.9 billion. You need to add 7.8. That will give you about 20.8 billion. If you add a 6 billion, we're looking at something close to 30 billion naira. But that's the figure there, 12.913. I beg your pardon, that's a little typo there, and that's my error. The equity cap is in trillions. That is 12.913 trillion naira. The rest are in billions, the bond and the ETF. So you're looking at something in the north of 12 point, look about 13 or 14 trillion naira. We're just getting our head all around this. Apologies, everyone. But that has now been re-stratified for you. Thank you, folks. Very quickly. So you can do the math all over again. Let's do it. 12.913 trillion naira. If you add 7.87 billion, that takes you to about, that's the first will be about 13. You're looking at about 13.8. Then you add another 6.4. You're looking at about 14 trillion naira. That's about the total value of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So you gotta digest this when we say the equity capitalization, not just market capitalization of the NSE. A lot of work, isn't it? Okay, let's look at the stock market yesterday. You heard about Dangote Cement. 27 billion naira was what some foreign investors bought into the company yesterday. 129 million units of this bellwether was crossed off the floor at 210, but of course it's got to be reported into the market. So the stock market was another 0.5% in the green yesterday. We solidify now at 37,000 to 312.28, and you can see the equity cap there, 12.913 trillion naira. Then look at the volume. Because of the Dangote Cement's 129 million shares, that accounts for close to 90% of the total turnover, which you call the volume. And of course, if you remove 27 billion from 30, you get about, the rest of the market did about 3 billion yesterday. They're very nice. So in terms of deals, look at the bottom bar over there on the screen. But look at the sectors that were most performing. Dangote dragged pushed the industrial goods north 2.07%. Oil and gas was better, almost 1% by 40 Oil, which is the bellwether. And we'll get to tell you the story around some of these companies later on the program. Insurance followed their cousins, the banks, into the red territory, as well as the consumer goods, 1.29%. Let's leave the markets there for now. But we're sticking with the market, as it were. Yesterday was the Securities and Exchange Commission third quarter CMC meeting briefing. The Director General, Munir Gwazo, has a few words on some of the discussions, so the highlights of the last CMC for the year 2017. Let's take a listen to excerpts of Gwazo's presentation.
I had a meeting with the Committee of Bankers and Registrars. We realized that there's a slow pace in terms of the implementation of the e-dividend. You know, the e-dividend, it's an initiative that is very close to our heart. At the last count, we told you that there are 2.1 million Nigerians that have key into the e-dividend. Even though those that have mandated an account and have a unique account number is just about 400 and something at the last count, somewhere. 600 and something. Now, in the last 3-4 months, there has not been appreciable increase in terms of the number of enrollment. So that's why we felt there was a need for us to have a conversation, the registrars and the bankers. Because when you are registering for the e-dividend, you either go through the bank, then you terminate at the registrars, or you start with the registrars and terminate with the bankers. We, like you know quite well, we had an excellent support from NIPS by allowing the registrars to have access to the BVN window where they can do all the verification. But because the BVN does not have a signature, and the registrars, apart from other KYC elements, they also rely on the signature. So it's reduced the pace. But the meeting that we had with these two important bodies, were able to have a handshake by the registrars agreeing to the fact that since any investor that wants to register, whenever he or she approaches the bank, apart from filling the form and signing, the bank would also certify. And once it is sent to the registrars should be able to rely on that. We're happy that the registrars agreed to it, and after that excellent and robust meeting, the technical committee went into discussions. So we expect in the next 2-3 months for us to see a significant improvement in terms of the enrollment. Now, to leverage on that and to be able to optimize the support that we have received, SEC has also been in the vanguard of public enlightenment programs. I'm sure most of you have seen it in either had it in radio or television and newspapers. The jingles are already in the air, calling on Nigerians to register for the e-dividend, so that Nigerians will be able to benefit from the free registration exercise. By 31st of December, any Nigerian that do not register for e-dividend will now have to pay, I think, 150 naira for registration. Now, but if you register between now to the end of this year, that investor has nothing to pay. So there's a lot of public enlightenment program, and this is an area that I want to plead with you. I want to implore you to also support these initiatives, because it is better to get Nigerians to register so that whenever dividends are to be declared, or whenever dividends are declared, they will be paid directly into the client's account. We also discussed on the need for us to look at the commodity ecosystem in Nigeria. A lot of work has been done in driving the commodity exchanges. And now that we have a private commodity exchange in operations, now that the Nigerian Commodity Exchange is being restructured, and now that we have 1 or 2 interests from the private sector in the commodity exchange, and more especially in order to complement the federal government initiatives of diversifying the economy, going back to commodities, mineral resources, and what have you.
Munir Guazo, the Director General at the SEC. When Business Morning returns, Nigeria energy market news and the world of commodities from cotton to electricity to oil. Join us again.